Yeah. So morning all. So today just I'll go with the technicals of this Python. Like before I go with the installations, execution, most other things like Python versions, right? Python versions. Python, like we have got different versions of Python. So you need to know about these versions, which version is used currently, which is the stable versions. So like Python 1.x, we have got like Python 1.x version. It was released in the year 1990, right? Yes. Python 2.x version, right? Python 2.x. Python 2.x, right? Yes. So we mean to say that we'll be discussing, yes, Subhadeep, right? Subhadeep Sen, right? We'll be discussing like lists, tuples, sets, and dictionaries, right? In brief. 2.x version released in the year 2000, right? Yes. Python 3.x. Python 3.x, right? It was released in the year like 2008. The version that we are using currently, right? The version that we are using currently. Three version, right? Latest version of, okay. Latest version of Python. Latest version of Python, right? Yes. Python, latest version is Python. Okay. 3.10, Python 3.10, right? That is the latest version. Latest version of Python, Python 3.10. Yes, stable version of Python, which is the stable version. The version that we are using currently is 3.10 version, right? Stable version of Python. Python 3, stable version, right? Python 3.7. Python 3.7, right? Yes. Previous stable version. Okay, the stable version indicates mostly used version. Stable version is nothing but mostly used version, right? Yes. Previous stable version. Previous stable version is Python. Two point seven is the mostly used. We need to know which is the mostly used. Python 2.7 is the mostly used. Python 3.7 is the mostly used, right? Yes. Python DS 830 batch, right? Yes, this is what. So stable version of Python 3.7, previous stable version is 2.7, right? So these are about these versions, right? Current version, right, we are using 3.10, stable version is 3.7, previously mostly used is 2.7. Okay. Okay. Python installation. Next is like Python installation. Just observe this, right? Everything Python installation. So how to download and how to install Python, I'll be discussing now. Okay. So before I go with it, right, go to this settings, go to the settings, go to this apps, go to the settings and go to this apps, right? Yes. Apps and features. Python 3.10. Uninstall this, right? Python 3.10. Uninstall this, right? Yes. So Python is going to provide different softwares for different environments, right? For Windows, for Linux and Mac OS. So for Linux, no need of any separate installation. We get Python as an inbuilt within this Linux OS, right? And for Windows, 32-bit separate software, for Windows 64-bit separate software, right? How will you check whether Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit? Go to your desktop and go to this My Computer, My PC, and click this PC, right? And go to the properties. Within the properties, right? Within the properties. Okay, can you see the system type? 64-bit operating system, right? It is clearly saying 64-bit operating system. So if it is 32-bit, right? If we are supposed to download 32-bit Python software, if it is 64-bit Python software, we need to download, right? Fine. So here an installation was successful. Now I'll just show you how to download and how to install this Python, right? So you can just go to the official website of Python, python.org, right? Before I go with this version set, you need to know something about Python Software Foundation, right? PSF. So one second. Before this versions, right, you need to know something about Python Software Foundation, right? Python Software Foundation. PSF is a PSF. It is a non-profit organization. Non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. Devoted towards Python community, right? Yes. It's a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year, right? It was launched in the year 2001, right? It was PSF, right? It's a non-profit organization devoted towards Python. It was launched in the year 2001. The main objective of this, main objective is to version to version to faster the development of Python, to faster the development of Python. To faster the development of Python objective. Non-profit organization, right? It was launched in the year 2001. Objective is to foster the development of Python. Okay. In the year 2004, in the year 2004, right? Yes. PSF received, right? Computer World Horizon Award. It received like Computer World Horizon Award. The president for this is nothing but the personality who developed or introduced Python, Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum is the personality who developed Python, who introduced Python, right? Okay. Okay. Headquarters. Where it is located, right? In Delaware, USA. An official website, right? Python.org. Python.org, right? Is the official website of Python from where we can download and we can install it. And we can also see the documentation for each and every Python release, right? Now let us search some about Python Software Foundation to foster the development of Python. It was launched in the year 2001, right? President is this headquarters, and python.org is the official website. Next is like Python installation, right? Python installation. So if you go to this Chrome browser, right, you can go to this python.org website. Official website of Python, www.python.org, python.org. So this is the official website of Python from where we can download Python and from where we can install Python, right? Yes. Downloads all releases. Downloads all releases, you can say yes. If just scroll down, right? Active Python release, looking for a specific release, right? Yes. Python 3.10.5. Python 3.10.5. So there is a version that we are going to see June 6, 2022. See, we can see all the Python versions from the last 20 years, right? All the versions from the last 20 years. 2.0.1, June 22, 2001. It was released in June 22, 2001, right? Yes. Fine. So here 3.10.5, you can just click this 3.10.5 version. Just you can scroll down 3.10.5. You can see this Windows installer 32-bit, Windows installer 64-bit. For Mac OS, you can see Mac OS for Windows 32 or Windows 64. If it is Windows 64, click this Windows 64, download will start. Means the size of this software is just 27 MB of size, right? 27 MB of size. Python has got thousands of modules, 89,300 inbuilt modules. Okay, thousands of modules you are going to see for Python, right? But all those modules you are not going to see along with this Python software. Only commonly used modules. The other modules like data science related modules, big data related modules, database related modules won't be available here within this Python software. Later, we'll be downloading and installing those modules using a component called pip. I'll be demonstrating how to download and how to install those things. Okay. Just click this, just click it. Your installation will start, a window will be open. So once your download is completed, go and click that exe file that you have downloaded. You will get this window. You will get this window means don't immediately go for installation. Don't immediately go for installation. So just say add Python 3.10 to path. Add Python 3.10 to path. Select it. At the bottom, you can select add Python 3.10 to path and just go with customize installation. Go with customize. You can see the documentation, pip ideally and Python test suite going to get installed. Documentation, pip ideally and test suite. So just say next. So whenever we are installing, right, you can see that pathway it is getting installed here. Here also nothing to select, but here see where you are installing the custom location, right? See users, Dell, app data, local programs, Python, Python 310, right? Remove all this, right? Yes. Remove all this path, right? Just say c/python 310, c/python 310. Within the C drive, Python 310, 3.10. Install it. Install. Just say install. It hardly takes 1 minute for installing. Right. Let us check whether it is properly installed or not, whether this Python is properly installed or not, right? Yes. Once the installation is done, let us check whether it is properly installed or not, right? Yes. Yeah, we are almost done with the installation, right? Setup is successful. Close it. And at the bottom search panel, right? At the bottom search panel, type cmd and go to the command prompt. Say enter and just type Python here. Just type Python. Okay, say enter. Python version will be displayed here. Python version 3.10.5, right? Yes. And Python interpreter gets open, right? Okay. So can you see this 3 arrow symbol? Any valid Python statements you can type and you can check, right? Any valid 5 plus 4, 7 into 6, x as 10, y as 2, x into y, x plus y. X equal to hello, right? Any valid Python statements you can type. X equal to hello, x into 3 prints hello for 3 times, x into 5 prints hello for 5 times, right? Yes. So in this way you can just type and just interact with it statement by statement, right? Yes. So Python installation. If anybody from Linux environment, if you want to use Python within this Linux side, so if you already Python will be coming as inbuilt within this Linux OS, but still if you want to use it, the latest version to be installed, then you can go with this command, right? Yes, we need to install from the root user. So like sudo, you can say apt-get. Python 3.10, you can select 3.10. apt-get install Python 3.10. Okay, so this will install the latest version of Python in your Linux environment, right? Next, Python execution modes. Python execution modes. We can select two modes of execution, right? Two modes, right? First is interactive mode. Second is what? Batch mode. Interactive mode and batch mode. Interactive mode here, we write Python statements directly. Here we write Python statements directly on the interpreter, and the user can easily interact. User can easily interact with Python statement by statement, right? Yes. We write Python statements directly on the interpreter, and the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. Okay. What is the advantage of this interactive mode? Interactive mode, just now I was talking, right? If you type any valid statements, 5 plus 4, 7 into 6, you don't need to give the data types directly. X into y, x plus y, x by y, hello into 3, hello into 5, right? Yes. Advantage of interactive mode is here to test the functionalities of Python, to test the functionalities of Python. And to learn Python, So I'll be showing you all the ways of executing a Python code in interactive mode, in batch mode, in editors, in IDEs, different types of IDEs. What are the various ways where we can execute this Python code, right? To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python, right? We go for interactive mode, but interactive mode is never preferred for developing applications, right, in Python. So for that, we go for batch mode. Here in batch mode, we write a batch of statements. Here we write set of statements. Here we write a set of statements or batch of statements within a editor, right? Or IDEs within the editors, or IDEs. IDEs means integrated development environment, right? In real time, we use IDEs. So here we write set of statements within the editors or IDEs and save it by using .py extension, and save it by using .py extension. Here we write set of statements within the editors or IDs and save it by using .py extension and later submit to Python. and later submitting to Python, right? Yes. So here, what are the various editors where we are going to write the Python code and creating a Python file, right? Various editors or what? Various IDs, various editors where we can write the Python code. Like within the notepad, you can write. Within the notepad, you can write the Python code and create a Python file within the edit plus. This is for Windows environment. For Linux, right? If anybody in the Linux environment using Python, you can go with the VI editor, Nano editor. These are the editors, right? If you create any files in Linux environment, instead of that, give with the .py extension using VI and Nano. So these are the editors where we can write and we create .py files. And what are the various IDs? Various IDs, right? Yes. So various IDs means for Python, we have got many IDs. PyCharm, Jupyter Notebook, one second. So IDs were discussed in this. Okay, whatever it is. The Jupyter Notebook, Spider, PyDev, Komodo, Eclipse, NetBeans, Atom, VS Code, Sublime Text. So mostly used like Jupyter, Spider, PyCharm, right? PyCharm, Jupyter, and Spider mostly used IDs, right? For different environments, different IDs are preferred. Different IDs are preferred, right? These are the mostly used. Many IDs given by Python for different environments, right? For different environments, different IDs are used. Like especially for data science, like Jupyter Notebook, Spider, PyCharm, these are mostly preferred. PyCharm for typical web applications, Atom for typical web applications, VS Code also for typical web applications creations. We use these things. So just developing the first Python application within an editor, right? Developing the first Python application. Developing the first Python application within a editor. Example of editor is like Notepad. First Python application within a editor. Example like a Notepad. Open Notepad and just type the following Python statements. Up to now, we have not discussed anything about this Python fundamentals, other things, right? So just I'll perform some kind of arithmetic operations, right? We perform by taking two values. I perform some or arithmetic operations, right, with Python. So open Notepad and type the following Python statements. X value is 10, Y is 5, print X plus 5, X minus Y, print X minus Y, X into Y and X by Y, print X into Y, print X by Y. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Just I'll copy this to a separate notepad file. Like just I'll create a .py file and I'll try to submit to Python. Yes, Sharath, matplotlib module need to be installed. It won't come along with the Python software. If you've got Python installed in your system, along with Python, you are not going to get matplotlib module. Data science modules, big data modules, database related, many high-end modules, right? External modules are not available in the Python software. We are supposed to download them by using pip component. How to download, how to install, everything we'll be discussing as part of this course, right? You should have got, I think, module not found error. So I'll copy this code to a separate notepad file. I'll copy this to a separate notepad file. Save it, I'll save it, right? Just within the C drive. So Python, just what Python ds 8:30 AM, right? sample1.py. I'm saving it as sample1.py. Okay, just save as sample1.py and submit this file and submit. Save as sample1.py and submit this file to Python as. So writing this code here and creating .py file, sample1.py, and how to submit that .py file and how to execute. Just observe this. Go to command prompt by typing cmd here. If you go to the command prompt, you can just give Python here. Just give Python here and give the path of the file where this file is available. C drive / Python ds. the name of the folder 8:30 a.m. right? So Python 8:30, within that we have got sample1.py available, sample1.py, right? Just now execute it, you will get the output, right? 10 plus 5, 10 minus 5, 10 into 5, 10 by 5, right? Yes, you got this output, right? So here writing the code within this notepad and executing within this command prompt by submitting the file to Python, right? Yes. So here just give Python and give the path of the file where it is available. Okay. But what is your observation here? You are writing the code in notepad. So here, what is your observation? But here we are writing the code. We are writing the code at one place and executing at the other place, right? And executing at the other place. We are writing the code at one place means within the notepad you are writing. Within the notepad you are writing and executing at the other place. But to write and execute, but to write and execute at the same place, right? To write and execute at the same place. IDLE, right? So to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE, which comes along with Python installation. So here, what is the drawback? We are writing at one place within the notepad and executing at other place. Other place means at the command prompt. We are executing at the command prompt. But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE, which comes along with Python installation. Write and execute, we have IDLE, which comes along with the Python installation, using which we can work with both interactive and batch mode. We can work with both interactive and batch mode, right? Using which we can work with both interactive. Okay. So just how to open this IDLE and how to work within this IDLE, right? Yes, just open this start programs, check where your Python is available here. So Python 3.10. Click this IDLE, right? Click this IDLE. The first thing what you see in Python 3.10 after installation, you will see this folder, right? Python IDLE. You can click it. Python shell gets opened. Python shell gets opened in this way, right? In interactive mode, like 4 plus 5, it gives the response right here. Interactive mode it opens, but I want to work with batch mode. File, new file, and write the code here and execute the code here. X as 10, Y as 5. Print x plus y, x minus y. X into y, x by y. We're writing the code x plus y, x minus y, x into y, x by y. Fine. Now save it, file, save. Sample2.py. So here itself we can write the code. Here itself we can execute the code. I'm writing the code here. I'm executing the code. Run module. You can check, right? Run module. 10 plus 5, 15, right? 10 minus 5, 10 into 5, 10 by 5, right? Yes. So addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, right? Yes. So in this way, so just we are discussing about Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installations, Python execution modes today, right? Okay. So what is that? So what are working with editors? Later I'll show you like working with IDEs, right? Once we are done with a little bit of technical content. So I'll just show you how to work within Jupyter, Spider, Atom, VS Code, right? It's to work with. So here we have got ideally, which comes along with Python installation, using which we can work with batch mode. So instead of writing in Notepad and executing command prompt, we can write within this ideally, execute within this ideally. So just if you go to this Python install folder and check this, you will get this. Say file, new file, write your code, and here run option is there, right? You can run module, right? You can say it. Okay, fine. So this class will be from Monday to Friday, same time, right? Yes. So from tomorrow, okay, the link will be changing, right? The link is going to change. So if you want to get enrolled and to get registered for this course, you are supposed to just get enrolled by today, so that you will be getting a new link for tomorrow's session. You will be getting a new link, right? So just the payment details are the give me a second, right? 1 second. Okay, so the details, contact details of this online team to for the future reference, right? For you'll be getting the videos in your Google Drive. You'll be getting the notes in this Gmail. Notes I'll be taking care in forwarding you in topic wise. Videos, daily videos, online team will be forwarding you in the daily basis. By today, that if the class finishes now, by afternoon you will be getting the videos to your Google Drive, right? Yes. So clear notes I'll be providing. As I said, that the modules in brief I'll be covering. Not only yesterday I was discussing many modules, some models related to OS, some models related to regular expressions, database modules, and mainly our discussion mostly on this pandas module, numpy module, cbon module, right? Matplotlib module, right? And also giving knowledge on NoSQL, right? MongoDB, and SQL, like MySQL. Is that? Yes. You can just check this course content, right? Yes. You can check it in the websites, right? You can just take snap in this Durga software solutions. Python for data science, right? One second. So meanwhile, you can see in the chart panel, right? You can see the chart panel, there's a message given by this online team. So regarding, okay, new link will be changing from tomorrow, right? It's a duration is 2 months. And I can see this demo session, demo videos, course content. You can see there, you can click that link and get the course content. The course content link is forwarded to you. So click for it, they have given the contact details. If you got any concerns related to the videos, any other things, right? The payment process and procedure, right? And you are supposed to send a screenshot. You're supposed to send a screenshot of your payment if you're done with the payment, right? Yes. So to this, what is that? DURGASOFT online training at the rate gmail.com, right? Then only you will be getting the link for today's tomorrow's session, right? So if you observe this course content, right, in brief, we'll be discussing about Python basics, Python core Python, like why Python applications, versions, installations, batch modes and editors, data types, constants, variables, input output statements, type conversions, comments, escape sequences, strings in Python, string slicing, string indexing, string methods, string functions, various operators in Python, flow control statements, if else, while, for, okay, and collections, right? Stuffs, list, tuple, sets, dictionaries in brief, their properties, their in list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list, list modifications. In the same way for tuples, their functions, their methods, their addresses, sets, dictionaries, everything. Okay? Differences between these collections. Functional programming in Python, like defining functions, working with functions, properties, categories, default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword arguments, arbitrary arguments or variable length arguments, lambda functions, reduce functions, map function, modular programming, models in Python in brief, how to work with models, how to use model, that is different ways of importing, normal import from input, reloading a model, renaming a model, or reloading a model, right? Now different modules related to different tendency here, like mostly used for this operating system kind of model, like graphic model or regular expressions model, Python database connections, and data science models in brief. Package in Python, object-oriented programming in brief, right? Class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, inheritance, Python database connection, right? Python database connections, right? How Python is going to connect with database and performing all those operations. File handling in Python, error handling, exception handling in Python. So that's introduction to this data science, machine learning, data sets. Okay. So functional programming, object-oriented programming, modular programming will be discussing. Python data processing, Python's pandas for data analysis, pandas data frames creations, NumPy model, NumPy for data analysis, Matplotlib for data visualizations. That in brief, Matplotlib model in brief. Multiple working examples. Seaborn plot Python for data visualizations, right? So everything in brief, and Plotly also, right? And later I'll be discussing about MongoDB and MySQL in brief, right? So this is what the course content in brief about all this, and also some modules which are not available. That also will be advanced modules, advanced concepts like iterators, generators, closures, and decorators. I'll be discussing, right? Fine. So this is what the course content, right? So you can just go through once again. Even in this short panel, they have given that a link for this course content and demo videos link. So just this is the entire course content, right? I will be showing you in different IDs. I'll be discussing in brief. So meet you tomorrow, same time, but the link, different link. Okay, just go through that enrollment process. Fine. Fine. Okay, thank you all for your time. Thank you.